So I kind of feel like I'm just too spread over many things that I'm trying to do at the same time, and I just don't like that. I wanted to kind of finish the Rubik's sphere in Cirq that I started like a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't finish because it was giving me the wrong. So it was giving me the opposite result, and I don't know why. If I could do strange works, so let me see. So I was translating that using the QASM U gate on qubit 0. For some reason, I was getting 0. If I go to projects, I open this one. That's the original one in QASM. And I apply Hadamard gate and I measure, right? And here I apply Hadamard gate, measure. So what do I get? 1,000 iterations. 1,000 iterations. 1,000 shots. It's 1, right? Cool. So why is that? I mean, I literally copy pasted the whole thing. QC Cirq from ops. So I literally copy pasted the whole thing. So definitely the you can see already the transpiled circuit, the compiled circuit looks different, right? So QASM just turns the whole thing into a U3 single U3 gate, whereas the Cirq one does something really funky, which is it does these, like a big chain of U3 gates. But it's like that; those literally are the same rotations, right? 6 times pi divided by 12 minus pi divided by times 0.25. 12 times pi divided by 3. Maybe let's try something. So what about I should get better at the shortcuts of this editor, but let's just do replace all. I'll just leave this one here, okay? And we're not going to do anything here. So we're just measuring. So we're just measuring keys X. There's no param resolver. So we're just doing this gate. And here we will turn all the U3 gates, all the U3 into, we'll do it this way. I will just do this one. Okay, so I will just compare these one operation, and we will also just not do any Hadamard. And we will run these for 1,000 shots, and we will run these also 1,000 times. And see what we get. Syntax error, great. Yeah, well, I shouldn't have the comma in here. Let's run it. Let's run it. Let's run it. Okay, so it's a U2 gate. Okay, so it's a perfect 50-50 rotation. Syntax error, line 5. Oh. These are the things that happen when you replace everything. Okay. Ooh, interesting. Now let's analyze these. Okay, so this is definitely, what is this? So let's analyze this. Okay, so this is basically, there's a substantial difference in here. So we're talking like, really? So that operation already does not. Okay, so pi is pi. Now pi is pi. So here pi is just, it's just there as a constant. I find it interesting. Okay, so how can we do this now? How can we know exactly what we're doing in here? So, okay, what's the best way to understand what should be the result of this operation and why does these? Wait a second, maybe it's because of noise. Could it be that the simulator has noise in here? Because that's way too perfect to be. That's way too perfect to be noisy, right? Cirq simulator. That's the Cirq simulator. Noise. Noise. Let's take a look at. Okay. Simulation. It shouldn't have noise, really. It shouldn't have noise, but why? Let's try to do something a bit more simple then. What about let's just do something like QASM U gate. Hi. And let's do a U3 rotation. So U3 rotation pi. We run this thing 1,000 times. What happens? So the U3 gate Cirq. The brightness on the screen is just killing me. QASM U gate. Open QASM. Okay. U3. QASM U gate. What have I done? QASM U gate. What's wrong? Not an operation or iterable. QASM U gate. How is that not an operation? Oh, sorry. On Q0. About that. What have we got? Expected an ID received a barrier. What? Yeah, well, notation, semicolons, whatever. Come on. So what do we have in here? Now it's a 1 with almost 100% probability. I should specify Q0 as well. So maybe finally. maybe finally. So what is in here? So we've got, it's not supported. Why is this not supported? So why is this not supported if you can just do these? That's super interesting. So why is not like, why can't I just use QASM? We can try as well. Okay, so, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That's a bit more. So that is something that, so 6 divided by 6 times pi divided by 12 is the same like pi divided by 2, right? So maybe with the negative, we're getting into funky land here. Pi times 0.25, which is basically minus, it's like saying minus pi divided by 4, correct? And this is 12 times pi divided by 3, which kind of it's basically pi times 4, is it? So these here, if I do these 1,000 times, this maybe it's got to do with the parameters, to be honest. It's just got to do with the parameters. It's just, but I can't believe that leads to kind of like take me to the completely opposite. So that's a, yeah. Okay, so QASM. Okay, so we can take a look at this. So what's the QASM that this is turned into? And this is basically a U2 gate. Minus 0.7. And 12.56. Yeah, that's it's just weird. I don't know why this doesn't behave. Because it's like, that's not even close. I mean, that's 400, 600. I mean, if I run these maybe 10,000 times, but it's not gonna make it better, I think. 6,000, 4,000. It really keeps that proportion. That's really like, if I go and copy this code in here, can I just create a new file? Can I create a new file? File name test. It's QASM add file. So I go to test and I just do this, right? Now I run the test and I run it 10,000 times. Yeah, that gives me that. It's So basically what this means is that so it's two things. So it's either there's some, when this compiles, it just kind of assumes a certain noise model. Yeah, and so it turns it into something like that, or but it runs it against the Cirq simulator. I don't know why. What am I even saying something like this? So that's super awkward. Same input. And why is something like not supported according to the documentation? So if I say something like that, right, and that should be the same like saying U1, right, I times 4. So if I run these 1,000 times, if I run this 1,000 times, yeah, well, I think that was the probably a zero. It's probably a zero rotation. And if I run this 1,000 times, will I get the same one? That's an easy one. U3 gate. QASM. Yeah, yeah, that works. I don't know. That's it's like it feels like I can't. I just can't. Maybe I'll just put the numbers in there. Just maybe it's the way pi is computed that works differently. I don't know. So let's go back to the original example. So we've got these, okay, and now we've got these, and so we'll do U3. Good. Now, easy. 6 times pi divided by 12. 6 times pi divided by 12. Let's use 2 digits, okay? 2 decimal digits. So this is gonna be minus pi times 0.25. It's this, and 12 times pi divided by 3. It's this. So if I do this, and I do this exactly here, it might be this, right? Because here we're using NumPy, and QASM just has QASM in there. So maybe NumPy is way more precise, and maybe that's the reason this happens. Because maybe NumPy, the pi in NumPy has more, has better or higher precision, and then QASM just says 3.14, and we're done. But now the inputs are exactly the same ones. Okay, so we got 600, 400, 600, 400. and let the magic happen. Let the magic happen. Oh, how is that possible? How is that possible? Okay, almost, but it's not perfect. But it's better. It's better. Yeah, it's got to be in the precision. So this means to turn that example into the right example. So if I just go back to, okay, that was this one, right? Okay, so let's do this. So it's the timing here. So if I do this, wow, I'm just stupid. So if I replace all the U3 by the U3 comments by U3 here, so replace, good. So I literally need to just turn those things into the proper, or I just say, I don't know, how do I know what pi? Okay, so what if I do the following? So what if I do, let's try these, because I just don't want to turn that into actual numbers. Maybe it just works well. So let's remember. So this is if we apply Hadamard gate in here. So now we're gonna get always like 1, right? So if I do these, and now let's see if I just go here and I just say, you know what, we're gonna use basically. Okay, so this is 1. So if I take these in here, put it back in place here, turn all the QASM commented gates into QASM without the comment, and now I just say, so we will not import pi here. And I'll just say, you know what, pi equals 3.15, okay? What happens? So if I do these, and I apply the Hadamard in here, see if there's going to be now any difference, right? So it's running 1,000 times. Okay, so I think I forgot a comma in here. So I run these. And so here we had always 1, right? And now we've got, oh my God. What's the problem? What's the problem? Have I just forgotten anything in here? It's minus 20,036. 6,999. QASM UK. If I give it more precision, maybe. Or is it just the way that Cirq rounds that up? So where's the problem happening, right? So what if I just go and turn half of those? Am I still getting a really different result? Okay, I'll figure it out at some point, okay? If that doesn't work now, it's just a matter of, so I think the issue here is in the way the stuff is, the parameters are calculated from a precision standpoint, because here you see like 4 decimals, sorry. So if I just, but I find it unbelievable that it just really gives me the opposite result. And so if I do this here, I don't apply Hadamard gate in here, and I just turn those guys all into all into these. Run the code 1,000 times. So now it's all one. That, oh, maybe I commented the Hotmart. And I commented the Hotmart in here. That is so weird. If I go back to, that's super weird. Can I just put those things side by side? I can't believe. Can I have these? Yeah. 6, 12. It's like maybe I did a typo somewhere. I don't know. Just 8 before 8 times pi. Maybe this is where things get messed up. You know? That's pretty nuts. Okay, so I'll have to do what this is just bothering me too much. I'm sorry. I'll have to do another video on this. I really will turn all those things into the actual real numbers, 2 digits, and see where the problem is. I just can't believe this. I really can't believe that this is what's happening here. So, oh my god, maybe there's a spot where I can identify that things go really wrong. Okay, so if I do these, if I do like, so now we do the next operation. Okay, so we're gonna stick with pi being numpy. Okay, so we do now the second operation. The first one is there's a bit of an imbalance there, but let's do the second operation now. So the first and the second operation, and let's see what happens. We'll run it also 1,000 times. Here we've got like 4 decimal, so 4 digits after the comma. And here, what am I doing? And so here we've got these, and here we've got like all 1. And here still okay. Okay. At some point, this must go wrong. The point is just must go wrong. And I'm gonna find it out. 1,000 times. 1,000 times. 1,000 times. Has it finished? Has it run the 3 gates? Now it's 0. Now it's 0. Good. Where is the problem? Run the code 1,000 times. Go here. Run the code 1,000 times. So I'm gonna have to finish up now. I don't have much time today. So now it's 0. Oh, okay. So here things go wrong. So let's take a look at this. So here things go totally wrong. It's the 4th. So what's the issue here? It's 19 times pi. 19 times pi, 0.5 times pi, and 8 times pi times. Okay, so here things go totally south. Because we've got, and I'm suspecting that this got to do with this, it's got to do with some rounding error stuff. What if I just turn this one into, say, for example, what if I get rid of these? Okay, so let's say I get rid of these, and so we'll run it. And here, I kind of do the same. So I take these comment that out, get rid of this in here, and I run it 1,000 times. See what happens. So I get like 700 and 300. Okay, I don't know. I guess I'll figure it out. But at least I found where the problem is. So this is where things get flipped completely. Maybe it's because of the 19. Those are really big numbers, and it's just, I don't know. That's funny. That's really funny. Cool. Anyway, I don't know. It's just been probably useless video, but I at least figure out what's going. So that gate, that doesn't work at all. It's so weird. Okay, we'll try to break it down maybe in several steps. I don't know. I have to think about it. Anyway, thanks.